Hi, this week we have two interesting webinars lined up for you. At 10 a.m., we have Navigating Interstate Changes, what fixed income investors need to know. At 11 a.m., we have Decoding Specialized Investment Funds, SIFs. All the webinars links are given in the description below. Do register and hope to see you all there.
I'm talking to you on the topic, what professional investing taught me. When you become an investment professional, you take on the responsibility of caring for the assets of others in an absolutely trustworthy and careful manner. It's important to understand that you are investing for somebody else, or you are advising somebody else, or you are guiding somebody else. Whatever may be the role, and I have done all of these roles at different points in time, you must remember that you are doing something that has to suit the person you're working for. It's not about your personality and what you are as an investor. However good or bad you may be as an investor, it doesn't matter. What really matters is that you put yourself in the shoes of the investor. You see his aspirations, what he is investing towards, his goals, his milestones, what he needs to achieve and when he needs to achieve it. For example, if somebody has to send their children abroad to study, or even within the country to college in the next 1 year, and they come to you with a few lakhs of rupees of money and say, where do I put it? You are not going to think about how good you are as an equity investor. Instead, you are going to think that this money cannot lose value within the next 1 year. It cannot wait beyond that date. It cannot take a drawdown, and therefore has to be invested only in an asset class where losses are unlikely and moderate returns are feasible. I can't be thinking that I have always been an equity investor when I make the decision. You need to swallow your ego about what you think you would do if you had money, and you need to be empathetic in that situation. You need to think about the person you're working for and the cause that the money is being purposed towards. Often, professional investors make one mistake. Whether they are distributors or advisors, they create an investing style of their own for their clients. But still, it is their style. It is not something that necessarily suits the client. And they thrust this style on everybody who comes to work with them. I believe that this is not the thing to be done. I have been an equity investor all my life, but the moment I became a professional investor, I made sure that I respected asset allocation. I made sure that I understood the client's need for asset allocation. And everything that I did was always aligned to what suited the investor whom I was working for. The products that I have created in the PMS ecosystem also are not about me. It's not about my investment philosophy, what I did in my years, what made me good returns, none of it. It's all about what I think will take more number of investors beyond their financial goals towards wealth creation and towards building corpuses that they never imagined is possible. When I curate a program that mentors investors also, I think about how a small investor can scale himself up in a methodical, systematic, disciplined manner over long periods of time. Not everybody has the risk appetite of the avid equity investor, but everybody needs to invest in equity. There is no escape from that. What they can control is how much of equity they would own. They can only change the asset allocation, but you cannot stay away from that asset class. That much is well understood by most middle class Indians and most aspiring Indians. Now that that understanding is there, one only needs to play a responsible professional role by aligning the portfolio to that individual's risk capacity and risk appetite. Keep it as close to his risk profile as possible and make him comfortable in that journey and still get him decent returns. Beat inflation. Give him more buying power for the long term. make compounding work for him. These are the outcomes that a professional investor needs to look for, not personal glory, not people telling, oh, he's a great fund manager or a great advisor. It doesn't matter. In fact, none of it is relevant to the investor if whatever the individual does as a professional does not help the investor in the way that the investor needs it. One has to swallow his pride, ego, and personal beliefs and understand that he's working for others. That, in my opinion, is the most important thing every professional investor must respect, follow, and always believe in. Thank you for watching this video.